All right. Hey, guys. Hello. So, welcome to tonight's Tabee Talk. For those who are joining for the first time, I'm Tabee. I do these Tabee Talks every Tuesday at 8 live. I am working to get them down to like 5 to 10 minutes. But basically, the goal of these is is for me to be able to come on here and be open and share with you and encourage you so that in turn you can turn around and help encourage others. And if you saw the poll this week, tonight I'm going to talk a little bit about those who might be struggling in that season of waiting, because don't we all love to wait, right? But I feel like probably my whole life just has felt like a waiting process. It's like originally it's like you're waiting to go to high school, then you're waiting to graduate high school, and then you're waiting to graduate college or whatever it is you do after high school. And then after that, you're trying to figure out what job you're going to have and waiting for that and waiting for the right person to marry and your husband. And then you're waiting for kids and so on and so forth. And I think this list could go on forever. Because again, I think life is kind of a waiting process, but I'm here to encourage you in that and help get you through those harder waiting times and processes. And just in case anybody's wondering, I am going to announce my giveaway tonight, and I'm going to announce it at the end just to make sure people have time to jump on if you're coming on the live. And I'm also going to share it afterwards. But jumping in, so when I think about like graduating and going to college and graduating that and all the things I just listed that were like they felt like they took forever to accomplish, when I look back, I'm like, holy moly, that was fast. Time flew by so quick. And I know in the midst, it can just feel like forever. I definitely think there's probably days I feel like I'm probably supposed to still be 18, but I'm not. I'm past that. I'm well past it now. But I think currently for me, I think the struggle for me currently in my waiting season right now is just the waiting of, I think for me and my husband both, I think we just have a lot of unknowns right now. And we're just kind of in this like gray area of where we're going to be or what's going to happen or what's next kind of thing. And we just have a lot I feel like happening right now, and processing is a big part of that too, I think. But anyway, so when I was thinking about this, I actually thought about roller coasters. I don't know how many of you have been on a roller coaster or have had that opportunity to go on one. We live near a park, so we get to go on. But you go to this theme park and you get in line and you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait. And if you're me, you get in line for this roller coaster and you wait and you complain because it's hot and you're miserable and the line's too long and you're never doing it again. And then you finally get to the front of the line, you ride the ride and you're like, that was amazing. I'm doing it again. What's the next ride? And we do it every time. And I've ridden these rides more than one time and I still do it. So I thought about roller coasters and that process of waiting. But then when you get there, that 60 seconds of thrill, it was totally worth the wait, the heat, whatever it was, the funk from everybody around you or the person that's on top of you won't give you a centimeter of space. But it was worth the wait. And then we go and we get in line and we wait again for another one. And if you haven't been on a roller coaster, I think sometimes I think about like, if you're, I think this is an example that's probably used a lot, but like if you're making a dessert or you're cooking chicken or something like that, like there's a process and then there's all the things you have to do, and then you have to put it in the oven, and then you have to wait for it to finish cooking before you can actually indulge and enjoy it. So there's kind of a waiting process in everything that we do, I think that's just kind of part of life. So I think it's a good subject to probably talk on just because there's a waiting period for so many things, and it's just what to do in that waiting period and how do you get through that waiting period. You feel like you're supposed to be here, or you're supposed to be doing this or whatever it is, and you're not there yet, and you're just trying to figure out all the how-tos and the whats and how are we going to get there, or what's it going to look like, or is it even what I'm supposed to be doing anymore? Or I don't even know. It feels like it's taking forever. All these obstacles come in the way. And I think sometimes the obstacles come in the way because I think that we bring them on ourselves, but I also think it's just a lot of times it's already there. It's a part of the process and in the waiting. And it's how we handle the waiting can make a big difference in whether that waiting period is easier or harder for you. And I know for me personally, I think looking back at all the times that you've already been through things that felt like they were taking forever, or seasons that felt like they were taking forever, and then you got through them and you're like, where did it go? But then you see why. Like, I met my husband and I felt like in the waiting to meet the right person, like it was taking forever and I was meeting all the wrong people and I was never going to get married. I had this plan that I was going to be married and I was going to have my first kid by 24. Well, I didn't even get married till I was 24. And, though my plan didn't happen, I'm glad it didn't happen, because I think if I would have met my husband any sooner, that we probably, it wouldn't have been the right time, and it could have prolonged things. The same with a lot of things. Like my husband and I feel called, what we feel called to do and what we are wanting to do. It's like, why isn't it happening? But I don't think it's not happening because we're not called, or, we're not good enough. It's not happening because we're just not ready. We're still in that waiting period. God's still preparing us for what's to come. So I think just to encourage you in the waiting period, I want to remind you that God is in the waiting. He's in it every step of the way. Look back at those times that were hard and you got through it, and how it felt when you got through it, or even, if it was getting through school or finding your husband or getting through a pregnancy. And it's like, I think when you look back at that, you'll see, oh, well, if this would have happened any sooner, I wouldn't have been ready. I wouldn't have been ready to take on what all this entails. So I just encourage you, just remind yourself that God is in the waiting. Remind yourself of those times that you made it through the waiting period and to that end goal, or, wherever it is you felt like you were supposed to be. Think of those times to help lift yourself up in the waiting that you're in now. And if somebody else is in a waiting period, lift them up. Tell them a story of a time that you were in the waiting and you got through it. Or maybe you've been through what they've been through. So encourage them in that too. Be personable and share as much as you're wanting and willing. I think that we need to come together as a community. That's a big thing I believe in, and we're here to lift each other up and encourage each other and help each other through the waiting periods and those times. So I just want to remind you that you're not alone. You're not waiting alone. We're all in the waiting at some point. We might not be in the same waiting, I guess you could say the same waiting room, or we might be in the same waiting room, but not for the same thing. If you think about going to a hospital, everybody's waiting in there, but you're all possibly waiting for completely different things. But in the end, you end up in a room, you see a doctor. So we're all in the waiting, and I want you to be encouraged that you're going to get through it and it's going to be okay. And again, as always, I really appreciate you guys and your messages, and those who have subscribed to my YouTube channel, and those who join live, those who watch later. I really, really, really appreciate it. Oh, side note, I have to talk tomorrow at work for a very short amount of time, but in front of 200-ish people. And yeah, so pray for me in that. I need a little encouragement because that's a lot of people. And it's like it happens like right there. Then like I know these are live, but it's a little different. I feel like I'm like behind a thing and this isn't really live. But just pray for me in that. I'll get through it. I'll probably be sweating, nervous, shaking, all the things, but I know I'll get through it. And it's good practice, you know? So anyway, I know you want to hear about the giveaway. So what I want to do for the giveaway is, if you like Starbucks, that's what the giveaway is going to be. In order to like win the giveaway or be put in the drawing for the giveaway, I would ask that you would follow me on Instagram, Tabee Talks on Instagram, Tabee, TABEE_talks. And why do you want to be in my, what? It says you want to be in my live video. I don't know what that means. But anyway, so the giveaway, it's a Starbucks card, and you have to follow me on Instagram. I'm going to also put this in the comments afterwards too. And then when you see my video go up, if you will comment on the video tagging somebody that you think needs coffee or would love to have some free coffee, tag them. Every name that you tag is an extra entry. And then head over to my YouTube, which I'll post a link to as well, and subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you. And that is an entry for you if you've already subscribed. I'll note that. And I will say there is a little bonus if you would like an extra entry. You share my video. If you share my video, you will get an extra entry. Again, so follow me on Instagram, comment tagging a friend who would like some coffee, and subscribe to my YouTube. I'll post the link, and for a bonus entry, share my video and you'll get an extra entry. And that one last thing with the giveaway. So I want to give you, whoever wins, and I'm going to announce it next Tuesday on my live. So you have a week to comment, share, follow, subscribe, all the things. You have a week to do it. I'm going to give you, you're going to actually end up getting 2 cards, but what I would like and my goal, because these videos are for me to encourage you so that in turn you can encourage others, I would like for whoever wins to take one of the gift cards for Starbucks for yourself, because I appreciate you. But then the second one I give you, I would like for you to give to someone else that you feel might need encouragement, or you just feel led to get coffee. It's a stranger, it's a friend, whoever. I would just really like to do that to help you encourage someone else as well. So again, I'll post it. Thank you guys for joining. And look for Thursday's scripture to follow up on this. And again, the Fun Fact Fridays that I added in. See you guys next Tuesday, and I'll announce the winner. Bye.